Google is the world's most popular search engine. Its parent company, Alphabet, is valued at around $2 trillion. Yet the company's future wasn't guaranteed at all. The two students who founded it had to face 5 other search engines that were already on the market, and they almost cracked under the pressure and sold Google for $1 million. In this video, we will reveal the brilliant minds behind Google and understand which background they had before it. Additionally, we will break down the exact reasons for the company's success, including the acquisitions and inventions of revolutionary digital products like Gmail and YouTube, and we will reveal Google's biggest failures along the way. I bet you never heard of some of them, and if that's not enough, we will go over Google's plan to become the leading player in the new AI revolutionized world. You don't need to Google anything. I did the 40 hours of research for you. Just lean back, smash that like button, and enjoy. Our story begins with 2 young students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who studied computer engineering at Stanford University. Larry and Sergey needed to conduct research as part of their studies. At the time, Larry came up with the idea to use backlinks to rank websites on the internet. Backlinks are links that point from one website to another. The initial idea was to present the most popular search results, assuming that the most frequently searched options would also be the most relevant to users. The two named the project Google after the mathematical term, which means 1 followed by 100 zeros. Google became a huge hit in the campus after it got released, and that's when the real potential of their search engine became apparent, leading Larry and Sergey to convert their university project into a real high-tech company. Begging for initial funds to keep the project going, they received their first check from a professor in the university who gave them $10,000. Although many investors were too skeptical and did not want to invest in Google due to the fact that there were already 5 different operating search engines at the time, Larry and Sergey managed to raise money from multiple investors, including Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. You might not believe it, yet shortly after Google was incorporated in 1998, the founders tried to sell the company. The asking price was $1 million, and companies like Yahoo turned the offer down. In a short while, I will expose the amount of money Yahoo offered to acquire Google in 2002, and it will emphasize their regret for not buying Google at $1 million when they had the chance. After getting the funds to grow, Google initiated the recruiting efforts. They wanted to hire the best of the best right off the beginning. Thus, their first employee was Susan Wojcicki, a fellow PhD student from Stanford. She rented her family's garage that was used as Google's first office. To this day, Google's recruiting process is known as very strict, with up to 15 interviews in a matter of days to assess the candidate's abilities. Thanks to Google's algorithm and their simple user interface, the company attracted millions of users at a rapid pace. As Google's team grew, they moved to a larger office in Palo Alto, California. This office became known as the Googleplex and was used as the company's headquarters. Google was successful, but a serious problem could have made the company go bankrupt if it wasn't solved fast. At the time, Google did not make a single dime out of their search engine. They had to find a way to monetize their service without ruining the user experience with annoying ads, like the competitors. And that's when Google came up with the incredible idea that changed the rules of the digital marketing game, Google AdWords, a way to advertise to the end user by search terms. Within 3 years, Google transformed AdWords into an automated pay-per-click auction system. This means advertisers only pay when someone clicks on their ad, ensuring they pay for the desired results, traffic to their website. Google AdWords quickly became a major source of revenue for the company, generating hundreds of millions of dollars annually. Remember when Yahoo rejected Google's offer to be acquired for $1 million in 1999? Just 3 years later, Google had become so profitable that Yahoo offered them a staggering $3 billion. However, Google turned down the offer, believing the company was worth at least $5 billion at the time. Ironically, Yahoo was acquired in 2017 by Verizon for a sum of under $5 billion. But what about YouTube? And the other products Google has today, how were they created? Let's start by revealing Google's best acquisitions. In 2006, YouTube was a new 1-year-old startup when it was acquired by Google for $1.65 billion after outbidding other huge tech companies like Microsoft and Yahoo. YouTube turned out to be a great investment for Google. In 2023 alone, it made over $31 billion in revenue. Yeah, that's a single year's revenue. Additionally, Google recognized the growing demand for smartphones and acquired a small startup named Android for $50 million. Today, Android powers nearly 70% of all smartphones worldwide. To offer users a pure Android experience, Google launched its own line of smartphones, initially called Nexus and later known as Google Pixel. These devices are renowned for their frequent software updates. Let's not forget about the fact that the company developed many digital products from scratch as well, including Google Maps, Google Earth, Gmail, and many more. Each product has its own unique story, so let's talk about the interesting ones. And we will start with Gmail, which was originally developed to improve Google's internal employee communication. It took advantage of new technologies, and just like the search engine, it did what others already did, just a lot better. Gmail had an aesthetic clean look, filtering abilities, and a generous storage capacity of 1 GB for each user, which was significantly higher than the competitors back then. After recognizing Gmail's potential, it was released to the public and became a huge success. Google just knew how to make things happen, quickly and in high quality. Another example of that is the Chrome web browser. The company hired the best employees on the market who knew how to do the job, several Firefox web browser developers, and they managed to create Chrome, which became more popular than Firefox and Internet Explorer within 4 years. You really have to know the story behind Google Image Search, a digital product that was invented to fulfill a bizarre need, thanks to Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez wore a special dress at the 2000 Grammy Awards. The plunging neckline and daring slit made it a sensation. People all over the world were searching the internet for an image of this unique dress to understand what was so special about it. Recognizing the huge demand for specific images, Google came up with the idea to create an image search engine in addition to their content search engine. When thinking of a company like Google, we tend to think that everything went smoothly for them, and every product they touched became a goldmine. Yet that's not the case. Let's talk about the projects that couldn't take off. I bet you never heard of some of them. And for the others, you might have predicted a huge success that never happened. A good example is their attempt to get into the social networks market. After acknowledging Facebook's impressive growth rate, Google came up with Google+, a general-purpose social network designed to compete with Facebook. Google Buzz, which had a similar concept to X, formerly Twitter, and Google Wave, which was a collaborative communication platform that aimed to revolutionize how people work together online. All of these social network-related projects were eventually closed due to a lack of interest from the user's side. One of Google's more controversial projects was Project Glass, a pioneering effort to create smart glasses that could overlay digital information onto the real world. While the project aimed to provide features like hands-free directions, messaging, and photography, it faced several challenges. The device's ability to record video and audio raised privacy concerns, deterring potential users. Additionally, the high price point, unattractive design, and limited practical applications contributed to its commercial failure. Google tried to come up with many different projects along the way, and their successes led to the initial public offering in 2004. Google raised money from the public and became tradable on the stock exchange. They raised $1.7 billion at a valuation of $27 billion. Fast forward to 2015, Google made a structure shakeup to keep things organized, and that's when Alphabet was created as Google's parent company. At this point, Sundar Pichai, who was one of the more appreciated employees in Google, after serving in different roles such as Chrome web browser product manager, Android division team leader, and more, became the CEO of Google. In 2017, Google took Apple's spot as the most valuable brand in the world. In 2019, Larry Page stepped down, and Sundar Pichai became the CEO of both Google and Alphabet. Before revealing what the founders are doing and their unique marriage stories, we have to talk about the future of Google. Google has a proven ability to recognize and capitalize on emerging opportunities. One such opportunity is cloud services, which enable data storage, analytics, and more. Currently, cloud services account for 7% of Google's revenue, and this figure is expected to grow in the coming years. And as for AI technologies, well, you have to understand the danger that Google is facing. Google is developing one of the strongest AI models out there named Gemini, which was designed to understand and respond to a wide range of prompts and questions in a comprehensive and informative way. Despite being a leading AI model, Google faces the potential challenge of the changing user's behavior. As AI models become more sophisticated, people may increasingly rely on them for direct answers and information rather than using traditional search engines. This shift could have a significant impact on AdWords revenue. But don't worry, because they can take control of the situation by monetizing in different ways, such as providing automated responses to customer inquiries for businesses, integrating the model's capabilities into new products and services, such as AI-powered assistants or content creation tools, or by creating a new creative way to monetize the service like they did with the AdWords in the past. They might be able to think of a way to include advertisements in their AI model's results without ruining the user experience. Are you ready for it? It's time to reveal what happened with the founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Larry Page married a research scientist, Lucinda, in 2007 on Richard Branson's private island in the Caribbean. Sergey Brin married a biotech specialist, Anne Wojcicki, who was the sister of Google's first employee, Susan Wojcicki. After stepping down from their management roles at Google in 2019, Larry Page and Sergey Brin transitioned to more advisory roles within Alphabet, Google's parent company. They are no longer actively involved in day-to-day operations. Talking about AI, you should understand how people are making money using AI tools, and a great way to do so is to watch our video, The Truth Behind Viral Faceless AI Channels. Subscribe for more interesting business stories and financial education.